If you've been on the edge of your seat since that jaw-dropping Season 3 finale, don't worry, y'all, because you're not alone. Thankfully, Ginny Georgia is officially coming back for Season 4. As you may remember, Netflix renewed the show for 2 more seasons at once, so the chaos and cliffhangers aren't ending anytime soon. Let's dive into what we know so far about the plot, the release date, and of course, the trailer. Season 3 left us with more questions than answers. Georgia dropped a literal and emotional bombshell when Ginny discovered that her mother was pregnant. The twist? No one knows who the father is. Could it be Paul, Georgia's estranged husband? Or is it our beloved Joe, the cutest reason why Georgia moved there with her kids in the first place? Raymond Ablack, who plays Joe, has his personal pick. In my heart, Joe is the father, he admitted. But I don't know. I have no idea. I'm as eager for episode 1 of season 4 as everyone else is. His co-star, Scott Porter, who plays Paul, is just as clueless. Our writers love throwing curveballs, he said. Who knows what's coming around the corner? Same man, same. Creator Sarah Lampert hasn't made it easy for fans or the cast. She said that when she stepped into the season 4 writer's room, she declared, "Here's whose baby it is. Change my mind." And apparently, they almost did. The debate over the baby's paternity became a full-on school debate, as she described it. But rest assured, there is a definitive answer. She's just not sharing it yet. I think the baby is Joe's. I mean, it has to be, right? I've liked Paul before, but Joe was always something else, you know? Since the beginning, I was waiting for Joe and Georgia to come together. I'm telling y'all, they were meant to be together. But who do you think is the baby daddy? Paul or Joe? Let's discuss in the comments below. Yes, this pregnancy is a big deal, but season 4 won't just be about that. The show has always walked the tightrope between dark family secrets and heartfelt coming-of-age drama, and season 4 looks set to continue that balancing act. With the official theme being cycles and origins, we'll finally learn more about Georgia's traumatic past and the people who shaped her into the mother she is now. I don't know about you guys, but I've always enjoyed those tiny bits and parts that show Georgia's past. At the end of season 3, we got a glimpse of Georgia's mother, an abusive stepfather driving by her house in Wellsbury, a chilling teaser for what's to come. And then there's Georgia's biological father, who called her from jail with a cryptic message. The story her mother told about him might not be the whole truth. For the first time in years, Georgia may have to face the roots she's worked so hard to escape. Brienne is excited for what this means for her character. Sarah has some incredible things planned, she shared. I can't wait to see more about the circumstances that shaped Georgia. And now that Georgia is finally considering therapy, something she's resisted for far too long. So in season 4, we may see her truly begin to break free from the generational trauma she's carried. And well, that trauma is already trickling down to her children. Ginny and Austin ended season 3 forever changed. After Austin shot and framed his own father, Gil, for Georgia's crime, Georgia is forced to confront how deeply her actions have influenced her kids. It's quite sobering, Brienne said. Now her children are recreating her actions. That moment, in fact, becomes a turning point. It's the final straw, she continued, that leads Georgia to finally want to go to therapy. According to showrunner Sarah Glinsky, the consequences of Georgia's choices will be central to the new season. The most important thing to Georgia is her kids, she said, so the biggest consequences are how her children are changed through the process. Antonia Gentry agrees, saying, Ginny is fully turning into Georgia by the end of the season. We all know that transformation will define Ginny's arc going forward. In season 4, she'll return from a summer trip to Korea with her dad, Zion, feeling more confident and ready to protect her family. And let's not forget Marcus. After hitting rock bottom and heading to rehab, his story is far from over. Meanwhile, his twin sister Max is still battling her own mental health issues, which means there's plenty of room for growth, redemption, and maybe even reconciliation in Wellsbury. Back in Georgia's love life, Paul is more conflicted than ever. After all this time of begging her to be honest, he's now grappling with the realization that he may never be able to trust her again. He can't believe a word she says, Scott said. That's just heartbreaking to me. Whether there's hope for reconciliation is up in the air. Hopefully they can get back to terms where at least they speak, but I don't know if it's possible. And what about Georgia's signature flair for chaos? Like, will she kill again in season 4? Sarah Lampert says, stakes would have to be very, very high because she is aware going into season 4 that if she were to do this again, her relationship with her daughter would be over. So maybe we can have a moment where Georgia almost kills. Maybe it can be a self-defense moment, but she stops herself and chooses not to kill anyone as a character development. What do you think? Now about the release date and trailer. Sadly, we don't have a date right now, but, and it's a big one, they already began working on it. In February, the writers started to work on the script, so I believe we may have season 4 around this time next year, if not sooner. The thing is, season 4 might be the final. Former showrunner Deborah J. Fisher earlier said that Ginny and Georgia was originally planned to be a 4-season story, and they already know how it all ends. But I'm telling you, if Joe and Georgia get together and start working on their new family, then I don't think we'll need season 5. But what do you think? Let's discuss in the comments below. And the trailer, I believe we'll get to see a glimpse into Georgia's therapy process, a few scenes of her with Paul and Joe, hinting how her love life will proceed and who could be the baby daddy. No matter what, I'll be right here when it drops, so make sure to subscribe and watch this video next.